Can everybody see it? I think so, right? So, what we're going to present today is 10 York. As Andy was mentioning for the last presentation too, developers across the world also have various different challenge of the building. So this one here, it is, if you go to Toronto, downtown Toronto, you would not miss this building. You pick up any postcard or take any short in downtown Toronto, you're going to see this one. Now, Toronto, obviously a major um, icon is CN Tower. So this particular building is right next to CN Tower, 69 story high, 694 suites. Across from this two is also the Rogers Center. Rogers Center, it's if people follow baseball, you definitely know, like Major League Baseball, Toronto Blue Jays, we're right to CN Tower. So if you actually happen to own a suite here, you'll probably be able to see the baseball game for free as well too. Now, it is also heart of downtown Toronto. You pass by a lot of major business district, and all this is also make this building quite unique. It's not just a high rise. If you pass by along York Street too, you're going to see a quite amazing podium that we created. It's almost like a glass podium. And then if you actually take a look inside the details too, you see beautiful glass steel columns that you go inside the beautiful stainless steel column, incorporate with the artist and presentation there too. It become almost like an iconic piece when you walk by the waterfront of York Street as well too. Now, going back to location, we're going to show you a little bit about the location. Now, if you actually see the smart city before you just hear the presentation, it was a brownfield that transformed into a smart city. Now, this one also, this is a prime piece of land in Toronto. You probably see CN Tower, Rogers Center, as I mentioned, very, very close to the Union Station. It's also right next to the highway, Air Canada Center. Everything you look for in a major business district, you see it here. But interestingly, you find this particular piece of land is triangular piece of land. And you also, this particular location is also right next to two major highways. So, and I'm sure that there's a lot of developer or potential investor here too. If this piece of land come up to the market, you may or may not want to build on it because of the complexity, because of the location right next to major highways. It may not be something that you look for. But obviously, our company take on the challenge together with City of Toronto. Now, this particular land is actually owned by City of Toronto before. The location is great, but because of the location challenge and because of shape of this particular site, it's not quite attractive. Many other developers so have been empty or not used for a long time. So we work with the city and come up with a plan to do it too. Now, this is also not a piece of land that you would like to visit as well too, because way back before we built the building, if you illegally park in Toronto, you're going to find your vehicle being impounded here. It's also an impound lot as well too. So this is the site before we build it. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how we actually transform this building into the future. So it is actually quite difficult. Now, obviously, I wish the building is built as quickly. It would actually take us 5 years to build. So construction has been a big challenge because it's next to two major active highways. So as we build, millions of cars pass by, and then think about the logistic in terms of material delivering, actual construction of the building. Now, it's actually, you see the little red sign along the building too. it is not just a marketing side, it is actually a system that developed by the company with our engineers to make sure that there is no particle actually fall into the highway as we go through. So it's a integrated safety system so that it's almost like a safety net to protect all the building around us, and then also the highway as well. So Toronto has been blessed with the robust real estate market. We are one of the major global city around North America. Every year, Canada, you're looking at almost 400,000 immigrants coming here too. And as the Tridel government announced, this would be continue. In the next few years, we're expecting 1.2 million immigrant coming to Canada. In Toronto, get a fair share of it. We are expecting at least over 100,000 immigrants every year. So that has been the case for many years, and way back when we started the project, it is. And even under the current COVID situation, and the market is already heating up already. Back in 2012, we released this particular project, and it's also under a fair share of challenge similar to the COVID challenge that we have. We have the global credit crisis back then. But interestingly, we still sold over 500 suites. It is also one of the first building that we do the inclusive zoning. Now, this is also similarity that I also hear from the previous presenter. It is the mixed population, the inclusive zoning. We also do as the same here. Now, obviously, it's not in the city scale, but here, because of the backdrop of the increased price and the limited a piece of land, and then the limited supply of the condominium, we have to take care together with the City of Toronto to provide affordable housing as well too. So this is one of the first building that we included inclusive zoning, meaning that included 12 condo co-op suites within the building. So the whole concept is make the affordable home indistinguishable. Before, when we build an affordable home area and separate from the city core, that may have a lot of negative consequences. So moving forward, a lot of development in Toronto, you need to have this inclusive zoning so that we can also provide co-op housing as well too. So it will be run by City of Toronto. They would have their own application to allow a family who needed to live in Toronto be able to live in such a wonderful building affordably as well too. Now, back in 2012, we go through a various challenge, but we still managed to sell over 500 suites because we transformed this building not only architecturally pleasing, but also it's technologically inspired within the building. Later on, I'm going to speak to it a little bit too. Green, we also part of the big initiative for this particular building. It's not just a skyscraper, but we also managed to make sure that the location is connectable. You don't really need to drive a car. You'll be able to walk to the shops, the Union Station that is connected to the major transit and highways. And obviously you can walk to a lot of major headquarters, because in that particular area, it's our South Core Financial Center. A lot of new offices actually move into the area. Major headquarters such as Amazon, Google also find a new home in Canada over there as well too. Since it is such a big building, we divide the building into three collections: a classic collection, 10-year collection, and signature series. In Toronto, when you build a building, you need to have it 75% sold. So we have created a classic collection, so the finishing will be more adaptable for investor. The suite is a little bit more affordable. So we happen to be able to sold it all for over 500 suite in the first particular week. And then, of course, we have signature series and 10-year collection. Imagine you live in one of the penthouse to see the skyline around. This would be quite nice as well, too. Now, not only we built a beautiful building there, too, it's one of the sought-after building, a pride of ownership in downtown Toronto. We also work with the artists as well, because when developer work with the city, we may actually take away opportunity for artists to display the art, or maybe even opportunity. So part of the mandate when we work with the City of Toronto is to allow part of the developmental charge contribute to the arts society, and they be able to find a certain artist to provide a certain art into the building. So we can incorporate into our building feature, data selling feature, and then also have opportunity for artists to display the art. So this particular art that I'm showing you is called Sundial. I wish I'd be able to show you physically this building in Toronto, because throughout the light with various sunlight coming into the lobby to create a different ambience. And then you see the gold background. It is actually a portrayal of an other artist to remind us, if you have a piece of foil, usually you crumble it and put it in the garbage. But that particular piece of foil could be a gold. So, and I think artists do an amazing job, make a building very unique, a pride of ownership in downtown Toronto. Now, interior, obviously, we also do it quite nice as well too, incorporate amazing architectural design, and we transformed this. Remember, it was old, unused police impound parking lot, transformed into almost like a 5-star resort like amenities. So now the building itself is not just very nice in terms of architecture design, interior design. This is also one of our first smart condominium community as well too. Now, the list of feature that I show you seems like it's like a sales feature, but interestingly, this was our challenge before. I started from automated parcel delivery. So basically, when you living in the building too, when you receive parcel, you just would receive an email and a code sent to email. And then when you have that email, you go to the smart locker, just scan your code, you'll be able to retrieve the parcel. Now, this has been a challenge. Imagine it is a 500 suite building with 500 parcel every day, but under the new COVID too, the parcel delivery may be double. It could be a major challenge of your property management, the property management team just to handle the parcel. So with this automated parcel delivery system, they would take off a lot of pressure from the property management team, the security team, the concierge team, and then you'll be able to control the pickup and delivery quite easily, especially under the COVID situation. License plate recognition technology. Before condominium, you have to go through a gatehouse, a lot of human contact. Under the COVID backdrop, not only we have to worry about efficiency, we also worry about safety, contactless interaction with your guests. This is also one of the technological advance when bringing to a condo building. Now, when you go through the building too, one of the major challenges that we had is cell phone signal or Wi-Fi signal, because we built heavy concrete, a lot of metal structure around it too. So coming in and out of the building, or maybe even when you're inside a suite, you may not be able to get a perfect signal or the connectivity. So we work with the local cable supplier, and then also telecommunication supplier, to make sure that we have integrated structure so that we have a cell phone signal repeater, ensure that fiber backbone is actually installed in the building, so that we can enjoy not only cell phone signal, but also lightning fast internet on the backbone too. Look at every typical home and condominium home as an example as well too. We do a lot of Zoom call and do a lot of study or work from home. So this is also very important too. As I mentioned before, the distributed antenna system will make sure that this would be a part of the feature as well. Now, so as I said, this sounds like a sales feature, but this used to be our challenge. We transformed the challenge into the selling feature. Now, one of the key initiatives that we do in each and every condominium home is we make sure we don't sell every suite. We allow a suite so that it get almost like a lab for us to test the future technology. Kitchens such as this one too, you would say, oh, it looks like a normal kitchen, but this particular kitchen that we have in our innovation suite is worked with the leading appliances manufacturer, it will be the smart appliances that you can control over the phone or even by voice or your smart device. All the blinds are automatically turned up or turned down. And then also we're using transition glass technology. All this feature we incorporate into the selling feature that we have before, and then allowed us to innovate in the future. A little bit about us too. We are 85. We built home for the past 85 years, 85,000 home built, and we use the challenge to transform the selling feature to the building. Under Tridel, one of the key initiatives is we try to do everything in-house in terms of construction, engineering, property manager. We all do under one roof. We won a few awards along the way, but the driving principle that we have has been the quality, the innovation, most importantly, giving back to the community. The award that we collect is not just the award, but it's the acknowledgement of the way that we be able to convert it, the challenge that into the future so that we can move forward. And last but not least, Green Build for Life is something that we think is always important. Giving back, working with the city, and then move forward with innovation. Innovation has been something that we try our best to do in terms of the developer practice. Thank you so much. I think I overrun it a little bit. Sorry, Lily.